You know, I found the secret of living successfully in Panama. I just talk to myself all the time. Now, before you get too worried, listen to some of the internal conversations I've had down through the years. Traffic was worse in Chicago. I just knew what to expect. I couldn't find things in the hardware store back home. It was just simpler because I knew how to ask. Even though I struggled to communicate in Spanish, more Panamanians returned my smiles. Yes, things are different and difficult, but I can see the ocean and the mountains in the same day. Living here sometimes raises my blood pressure, but walking on the beach lowers it. No, I can't get everything that I enjoyed back home, but what do I really need besides good coffee? Yes, I'm homesick sometimes, but I got to bring my best friend along. All those years ago when I moved from Kansas to Chicago, that was such a major adjustment, but it eventually became home. Maybe it can happen here. Actually, it did happen here. I'm over 3,000 miles from what I call normal and not a nanometer farther from God. And here's a favorite. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. What sort of things do you tell yourself? I'm not talking the positive self-speech or any of the other gimmicky narcissistic stuff that comes from the positive thinking crowd. I'm talking about finding things to be thankful for and dwelling on truth. See, that's biblical. The psalmists, men often oppressed and distressed by life, were habitual in crying out to God and speaking truth to their own souls. At a particularly tumultuous time in my life, Psalm 27, 13, and 14 fell across my drowning soul like a heavenly lifeline. It says, I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Take heart. Wait for the Lord. Two other favorites are Psalm 42:5 and Psalm 73, 25 and 26. Read those Psalms in their entirety, and you will find what makes these confessions so priceless. Not one of them is a cheap motto uttered from Pollyannish lips. These declarations come from the depth of crisis and reveal the true character of faith. Not a lack of doubt, but a continued pursuit of God in the face of doubt. I recommend a good dose of talking to yourself. Tell yourself biblical truth from God's Word, and have a good night.